guess what, everybody? I like Majora's Mask. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I 100% it multiple times a year at least. I'm a pretty big fan of the crazy glitches you can do in this game, but those can be tough for newer players. In my last video, I explored all the ways Ocarina of Time rewards non-linear exploration and the strange order you can complete its dungeons if you're a bit curious. This time around, I want to break Majora's Mask even further. I'm going to let myself use any technique that's allowed in the any percent glitchless rule set on speedrun.com. This bans the big stuff like hovering, huge sequence breaks, and whatever the hell's happening here, but it leaves just enough wiggle room for me to crack this game wide open. This video is brought to you by me. I made it. Support me by clicking the subscribe button, and check out the links in the description. See? Easy. Without further ado, let's see how non-linear Majora's Mask really is when you've got a deft hand. The first and only thing I can do to go against the linear grain at the start is farm some rupees. Whee! Okay, down to business. We've been cursed, trapped in this Deku form. What do we do now? Farm rupees! Whee! We could take these Deku flowers back up, but let me show you something cool. If you let go of Z-target during a backflip, Deku Link will start to turn in midair. Unlike Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask Link can grab ledges during side hops and backflips. These twisted flips let us get places Deku Link might have trouble otherwise reaching, and they're 100% allowed in the glitchless rule set. This friendly, unassuming man needs my help finding Majora's Mask. That sounds like a plot progression, so I'm gonna avoid it for now. And Tattle wants me to head straight to the Great Fairy. Sure thing, babes. Oh my god, even this shattered fragment of the Great Fairy's soul wants me to go to the Great Fairy Fountain. Enough hand-holding. Don't these chodes understand the point of a non-linear run? It's to appreciate the little things, like this frog. Wait, can you? No way. This is so messed up. I am this frog's god now. Alright, I guess we can head. What the hell? Do the animals of Clocktown have a hit list or something? Is this about the frog? He was being a bitch, though. Oh my god. My superpower is to put animals in water. I'll only use this for evil. In my sick world, these twisted backflips are just backflips. Welcome to my dark mind. I should mention that there's nothing stopping me from just waiting until midnight of night 3 and getting the ocarina now, but where's the fun in that? There's a ton you can do during first cycle to pass the time, like backwalk against this guard to slip past him and escape Clocktown altogether. Unfortunately, this is explicitly banned in the glitchless rule set, so we can't go out there. For now. I don't like him. One way to pass the time is grabbing this heart piece. Deku Link can barely walk up this slide, and if you do it just right, he can even climb this ledge. From there, it's a tricky maneuver of backwalking to gain enough speed, then letting go of target and turning around to take that speed through the air. If you're perfect, he'll do a jump instead of falling and grab the ledge. From here, it's a simple side hop to the tree. This is harder than it looks, but we've got time to kill. The Deku playground is really simple. There's a hilarious glitch that lets you force the rupees off their platforms, but it's banned by name in the rules. Literally 1984. Okay, I've officially run out of interesting things to do without the magic meter, so I restored the Great Fairy and headed to the Bomber's hide-and-seek quest. Clocktown used to be a safe neighborhood. Kids used to pace around in circles at 1 in the morning while people danced. They left their doors unlocked. Things were different. Alright, the bomber code is 15243. I'm gonna need that later, so write it down. Boom! The Moon's Tier! Now we've really done everything you need to do in first cycle. but we can always do more. I did what every young adult dreams of, became a property owner, gave some paper to a toilet ghost, opened a savings account, participated in sports with like-minded peers. It was a great day, and like every young adult, I enjoyed these things knowing full well the world is on the verge of utter destruction. Don't worry though, when faced with the threat of global collapse, you should keep calm and stockpile weapons. Most people in Clocktown treat Deku-Link like a stupid kid who can't be trusted without an adult. This guy, on the other hand, respects my status as a sovereign citizen and sells me explosives without so much as a background check. Yeah, buddy, I promise I won't use them. I'm just a collector. Thanks for raising this here boy right, ma'am. Alright, day 3 of Deku Playground is in the bag, and that's my 4th heart piece. See? There's plenty to do in first cycle. I'm bored. Okay, night 3. Now I can get this rupee chest and stockpot in. Let's make a deposit at the bank and pow! The adult wallet. You know what that means. Adults can buy even more explosives. God bless this country. Well, with that taken care of, there isn't really anything else to do in first cycle. But I do have one small Easter egg to show you. In the first cycle of any playthrough, the game will always play a cutscene at midnight of night 3. This is to let the player know the clock tower is open. Most people don't know that there's a special version of this cutscene if the player isn't in town. It normally doesn't play since first cycle locks you in Clocktown, but there is one area you can go during normal play to see it. The Bomber's Hideout is considered outside town and plays the Termina field version of the clock tower cutscene. I mean, isn't that cool? You've probably never seen that before. So I haven't been completely honest with you. The cutscene we watched just now sets Link's respawn coordinates outside town, meaning if you do something totally normal like die to the Skulltula, you'll spawn in Termina Field instead of the Bomber's Hideout. I know what you're thinking. Isn't this against the rules? Well, I messaged the moderators for Majora's Mask speedruns to ask, and they said it would probably be banned if it were actually useful for anything, but in the most technical sense possible, it is currently allowed. Score 1 for useless technicalities. There's not exactly much to do out here, though. In the 3DS version, you could probably get Song of Soaring and an owl statue, but we don't have much time to work with. I can grab this heart piece, though, and the Woodfall map. I don't have enough rupees for snowheads, though, and I'm really pushing it with in-game time. Yeah, I should probably go. I don't want to redo all of first cycle. And here we are, not a moment too soon. Let's close this cycle out. All things considered, we had a pretty good haul. And look, we even got the Deku mask. Now, I fulfilled my promise to you, so please, give me that which you promised me. What? Oh, word, yeah. So I'm doing this whole non-linear thing, and I didn't get your mask.
We've all been there. So, you received some disappointing news. Maybe you didn't get that promotion at work, or maybe someone dinged your car in the driveway. You might have even been wrongfully convinced an elf boy retrieved your mask. No matter the disappointment, it's important to never shake the elf boy. He doesn't understand the mask contains a great and terrible evil. He doesn't know it could bring the end of days if it falls into the wrong hands. He's just a kid. Take a deep breath, deliver some plot exposition, and remember when you were a stupid kid. He's a go-getter. I'm sure he'll be able to track the mask down once he understands it's important to you.
Thanks so much, Doctor.
Oh, I should mention, I'm not a doctor. I'm just dressed like this. But even an actor knows you shouldn't shake people like that. Get some help.
Wow, an actor saved my life today. I guess they are worth something. This message was brought to you by actors. All right, we got a lot open to us now that we're human. First things first, what's my bomber code? I told you I was gonna need it. Thanks, Kyle. Y'all got off easy this time. Fun fact, you don't need to play hide and seek a second time to get the bomber's notebook. If you enter the bomber's hideout using the correct code, Jim will just give you the notebook out of respect. Scammed! I spent the next hour or so running general errands for second cycle. Mask collecting, heart pieces, the works. Nothing really worth talking about though. We could probably just breeze past the... ignore these. These are special glitchless super slides that I allowed for the sake of getting the video done faster. I didn't think we'd be using these clips. This mask always feels like the tragic end of a Goosebumps story. What's this guy doing back here? Can't wait for his apology video. Oh my god, he just robbed an old lady! Oh, holy crap! Someone? Stop him! Hello? Guard? Based alert, I just got a mask that literally explodes on the wearer's face. This is the coolest old lady ever. Her son even sold me a bigger bomb bag. That's good. I'm not dressed like I'm putting finishing touches on a manifesto. Time to go to the ranch. Wait, this is banned. Fine, I'll wait until day 3. There, now it's open normally. Here we are with the best mask in the game, the bunny hood. This gives you back walking speed at all times, meaning the comments will hopefully stop asking why we walk backwards in these games. There's only one more thing to do at the ranch, the doggy racetrack. You're meant to read the dog's emotions using the mask of truth, but in true non-linear fashion, I'll expertly sniff out the winning dog with nothing but vibes. That's it, everything on Gold Dog, all in. Oh, that's fine. You can only bet 90 rupees at a time, so I actually have a second chance. And you know I'm going all in with Gold Dog. Oh, that's okay. There's a 50 rupee chest right here. I just need to win over 150 rupees, so if I win first place and triple my investment of 70, I'll win the heart piece. Gold Dog, don't fail me now. I'm ruined. That's okay. I ran to the bank and took out a second mortgage on my house. Gamblers always quit right before they hit it big, so I just need to get to the place I would normally give up and then play one more time to win. You see nothing? Gold Dog, don't fail me now. Come on, come on. Oh my god! 5th place! That means I win back my money! Ha ha! We struck even, baby! Alrighty, Gold Dog, you're all warmed up. Don't fail me now! 5th place again? That's inconsequential, I guess. We didn't lose anything but our precious time on this earth. The odds of getting 5th place 3 times in a row are essentially 0. That means I'm guaranteed first. Well, it wasn't 5th. What gives? I swear to God, brute forcing this normally only takes like 2 or 3 tries. Gold Dog is the fastest, but it still has good and bad emotions. You need Gold Dog to feel overall positive to have the best chance to win. So everyone leave really nice comments about him down below. That'll do it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my God, it worked! 2nd place! That's good enough, baby! Easy. Literally first try. You guys want to see something cool? If you inspect this fence and read Tattle's text box about it, this magic bean grows on the other side of Termina Field without being planted or watered. This is the result of a shared flag, and it's not a glitch. The Termina Field flag to track whether you've inspected the fence this cycle is the same flag in memory that keeps track of the magic bean. When you set the flag to true in one case, the other's automatically true as well. I didn't ask the moderators if this was allowed because I'd be really angry if it wasn't. And that's my 6th heart. All in all, 2nd cycle went pretty well. We got 6 hearts, 7 out of 24 masks, an upgraded bomb bag, and we haven't even gone to the southern swamp. That being said, we are basically out of stuff to do for the time being. we gotta confront one more linear bottleneck. But what if I told you this is the final bottleneck we're gonna hit for the entire game? Oh yeah, baby. It's time for third cycle. If I'm making a video about how open-ended Majora's Mask's progression is, I'd better have a good explanation for why there's a mandatory first dungeon. Aside from the fact that it's really common for non-linear games to have an intended path at the start, you don't even need to complete Woodfall first. Here's what we're working with. On the four sides of Clocktown rests the Southern Swamp, Snowhead Mountains, Great Bay Coast, and Icona Canyon. Only the swamp is open to start though. Snowhead needs the bow to break these ice blocks, and the other two areas require some way over these tall fences. That means we're stuck with the swamp for now, but we're only sightseeing. We're not here for long. We save the witch, take the boat cruise, and enter Deku Palace. Normally this is a stealth section that involves running through the same maze multiple times until you get the magic beans, and then you fly across the top layer, but... yeah, you can backflip onto this door frame just fine, and this wall is a grabbable ledge for some reason. There's nothing stopping you from getting to the second to last Deku Flower and heading right to the monkey from there. Well, alright then, that's Deku Palace. We could skip another flight section by hopping over to this lily pad, doing a somewhat precise lineup, and jumping onto this tree. Everything you're seeing right now is totally legal, by the way. It's not a glitch to abuse poorly thought out map geometry. Now we've got the Song of Soaring and can warp to any owl statue we hit. That's good, because we're about to be done with the swamp. After about 6 minutes in Woodfall Temple, I killed the mini-boss, nabbed the dungeon item, and that's basically it. We can go do the rest of the game now. Seriously. Some of you commented on my Ocarina of Time video saying leaving Dodongo's cavern with the bomb bag didn't count as non-linear. To that I have to say, alright. I just don't agree with you. Majora's Mask goes even further than Ocarina of Time's open-endedness, though. If you beat Woodfall as your first dungeon, Tattle will go on a monologue about how you were better at this whole hero thing than she expected, and apologize again for what Skull Kid did to you. If you beat Woodfall after another dungeon, that dialogue doesn't play, since it wouldn't make sense for Tattle to be surprised after seeing you slay a second, third, or fourth boss. These feel like deliberate choices to me, but if you want to look at the open nature of the game as a developer oversight, I guess that's fine. Now that we got that out of the way, we're free, baby! I'm out of here! The first stop involved upgrading my bow with the 2 shooting galleries. Now I can carry 50 arrows. With those, we can shoot down this icicle and enter the mountain without any problem. There's a lot to do in Snowhead, but I've got something bigger in mind. I ran to grab the Lens of Truth, and now we can heal Darmani's spirit. Damn, I thought Breath of the Wild invented wall climbing, but it looks like Majora's Mask did it first. There's not even a stamina meter, huh? Okay, maybe there is. And there's the Goron mask. We're done in Snowhead for now. No, I'm not kidding. I told you the world was going to open up after the bow. With the Goron mask, we have access to a truly incredible technique. Goron Link's ground pound lifts him pretty high in the air. You can't move during the jump, and Goron Link isn't allowed to grab ledges, but there's one thing the developers didn't fully consider. That's right, you sniveling little piss babies! We're in Great Bay! Goron damage boosts are 100% allowed, and they should be. Nothing about the game is breaking here. Link can take damage in the air, and if he gets knocked over the fence, he ends up on the other side. They could have put an invisible wall here to block anything but Epona from getting through, but they didn't. I'm not gonna argue this is developer intended, but we could have beaten Snowhead before coming here. I'm just a stinker. Now that Great Bay's unlocked, I made a beeline for the Zora mask. With the power of Zora Link, I can easily head to Pirate's Fortress and get the hook shot. I just have to perform some non-lethal takedowns. Arrow to the face! It's not that bad. They get back up. See? Relax. This is a kid's game. And there's the hook shot. It seems like doors just keep opening for us today. What do we want to do next? How about we knock out the House of Skulltula for the giant wallet? There's this puzzle downstairs that requires the captain's hat under normal conditions. Each Stout Child will tell you one piece of the combination for this arrow puzzle. The puzzle's combination is different every time you create a save file, so it's not like I have it memorized. Am I just screwed? Nah, you can just brute force it. Took like 45 seconds. Alright, there we go. The Giant's Wallet. I also did the beaver race for a second bottle because we're pretty low on bottles. Unfortunately, that means I'll need to do Pirate's Fortress in 2 trips since there are 4 eggs, but it's not that big a deal. You can skip the title deed in Lulu's bedroom with this sick-ass jump. I mean, I have the deed, but, you know. Heading back to Pirate's Fortress, I have a few glitchless tricks up my sleeve to make this place a certified banger. This simple jump slash gets you into the exit of the far egg tank. Thanks, devs. And this little jump gets you to the back door of another egg. They knew they screwed this one up too, because in the 3DS version there are spears to block you. I need a picture of a Gerudo for that fisherman, and the safest way to get it is to knock her out. I don't like this, but the fishing industry's cutthroat, okay? He also forced me to do this. Don't hate the player. I got the seahorse, but I don't actually need it for Pinnacle Rock. I only got it for the heart piece. As an unnecessary flex, here's an uncut clip of me fully navigating Pinnacle Rock's fog without the seahorse, even though it's right there on my C button. Yep. Just about. There. Am I irresistible to women yet? I killed the eels, dropped the kids off, and learned the new wave bossa nova. There we go. I can enter Great Bay and beat it right now. There's nothing stopping me. Dungeon number 3 could be the first I beat, but I'm not quite satisfied with that. I want to go further. In order to reach Ikana Canyon, you need the Garo Mask and Hookshot. We have one of those, but you can't get the Garo Mask without Epona. She's only available by going to Romani Ranch on day 1, which needs the Powder Keg license. So we're going back to Snowhead. You guys want to see something cool? If you have the Hero's Bow in your hand and talk to an NPC the frame you try to get out your Deku Stick, you activate a glitch called Action Swap, which fires a flaming arrow from your Deku Stick. This is absolutely banned in the glitchless rule set, so I can't use it for anything beneficial. I just wanted to show it to you. Isn't it neat? In order to get the Powder Keg license, we need to melt this ice. The freeze effect range is insanely large though, so hot spring water isn't gonna cut it. That leaves us with one real option: fire arrows. Well, one allowed option. Fight the urge, Snappy. Fight the urge. So we have 2 choices: beat Great Bay Temple, then come back to Snowhead and access Ikana, or brush shoulders with the Snowhead Temple just long enough to grab the fire arrows. Place your vote in the comments below. I will not read it. We might be entering Snowhead Temple, but we're not gonna be here for long. You could play the Scarecrow song here to summon Pierre, who's conveniently located to skip half the dungeon. It's almost like Snowhead was designed to be faster and easier with the hook shot, something you normally get after Snowhead. What a concept. With the boost from Pierre, we're already at the fire arrows, and half the audience is trying to remember if Pierre was actually in these games or if I made him up and paid a modder to implement him. He's real. Read the strategy guide. And there we go. Fire arrows. Total time at Snowhead was about 2.5 minutes. I'm out of here. My last video was about exploring how linear Ocarina of Time was for a first-time player. But this video is more of a celebration of how much Majora's Mask rewards a mastery of its mechanics and routing. There's nothing stopping an experienced player from doing these things. Sure, the Goron damage boost was silly, but we're about to get Epona anyway. It needs to be day 1 though, so let's turn back time. Hello, yes, I am a big boy. Please sell me big bombs. I love when Goron Link rolls up with the powder keg. The guy with the pickaxe just goes, oh shit, and runs away. And here we are at Romani Ranch again. Eponer? I hardly know her. You know, back in the day when I hung around the speedrun scene, we used to do bingo boards with fun goals to accomplish. Beating horseback archery in under 35 seconds used to be a goal. Think I still got it? I might be washed up, but this gameplay's still squeaky clean. Now that we've got Epona, we can head to the Gorman racetrack and get the Garo mask. The world really is our oyster now. We could have got over these fences with Goron damage boosts, but Epona's nice to have. Since I haven't upgraded my Kokiri sword, I have to rely on other damage methods like the Goron ground pound for bosses. I bet you guys slept on this move for the past 25 years. It's even good against Iron Knuckles, so long as you're not a coward. Right about now, the astute viewers probably pushing up their glasses and preparing a written speech about how ice arrows are required to reach Akana Canyon. You need to freeze these Octoroks to get across. I don't know how to tell you this, but you just don't. See? It's not even that precise. Now nothing's stopping us from fully clearing this region. It won't be a cakewalk with our current equipment, but it's totally possible. Fun fact, you can skip the Pamela stealth section by wearing the stone mask. This screenshot looks like it could inspire a creepypasta franchise, but since it's a creepypasta, he'd need a really simple name like Dude. Sometimes I stop joking around and just take a moment to appreciate a scene in Majora's Mask, and dude, Pamela was stuck in this house surrounded by Gibdo trying to break down the door and take her dad, who was undergoing a horror movie transformation into a Gibdo himself. She had to shove him into a closet with curse seals and survive all on her own for God knows how long. She's just a little girl. She's so brave. This must have been so scary for her. I'm fine. And we got the Gibdo mask. Just need to gather some resources for the Gibdo well. Nothing too crazy. Some beans, some booms, some flashes, normal stuff. These Gibdo won't attack us so long as we're wearing the right mask, like putting on a new face to blend into an otherwise hostile group, knowing full well they'd turn on you if they ever saw the flesh beneath, unrotted and full of life. Their putrid bandages block their eyes and never allow them to imagine the world that could be if we could all take off our masks and be ourselves together. Anyway, I got the mirror shield. Look at that silly face. What an idiot. With the well finished, it's time to tackle Ikana Castle. A lot of people don't know you can walk on top of this. It's silly and barely works, but it gets the job done. Like you can skip a pretty big chunk of the mini dungeon by tossing this powder keg over the fence. No need to go back inside, take a right, or fight the Wizrobe. It's allowed. No glitches were performed here, unless being sick as hell is a glitch, in which case, lock me up. I'm gonna be honest and say the boss almost got me. I can't remember the last time I earnestly died in Majora's Mask, and you're not about to see it here, but with the standard Kokiri sword and no great fairy upgrades, I wasn't prepared for this. I tip my fedora to you, King Ikana. You almost caught me slacking. What the? Do you think I look like this? Where's the huge hog? There it is. With the Elegy of Emptiness, we can finally scale Stone Tower and complete our first dungeon. Totally Nintended, I swear. Let's get to it. With all three transformation masks, Elegy of Emptiness, and the hookshot, there isn't really anything stopping us from fully clearing Stone Tower Temple here and now. The Kokiri sword's a bit weak for my tastes, but that won't be a problem for too much longer. If you guys think the glitchless rule set is too liberal with its definition of a glitch, the knife does cut both ways. The rules clearly prohibit pouring water onto these sunblocks. In what world is that even a glitch? Yeah, so for some reason, the water you pour from a bottle has the same property as light arrows and can dispel these sunblocks. You can even use it to flip Stone Tower Temple, skipping light arrows entirely. I get why this is banned, but come on. Is this a glitch? Do I glitch my throat every day by pouring water into it? That's fine. I'm happy doing things the long way. I prefer it. Just more Majora's Mask for me. Speedrunners only play games fast so they can play them less, which explains why they practice them every single day and play them over and over again. I always thought charging these mirrors with light was so cool. Tears of the Kingdom is a 10 out of 10 exclusively because it brought back light ray mirror puzzles. No other reason. Here we are at the mini-boss. I don't have a very good sword, but I can still clown on him. Check this out. You can actually roll into his attack to block it. The final few frames of Link's roll has total invincibility to most forms of attack. This is an intended mechanic, by the way. It's basically a parry, since it doesn't trigger the Garo Master's block state like blocking him with the shield would. This means you can get an easy attack in after roll dodging. Although my rival, you were spectacular. I'm literally just rolling into you, dude. Okay, we got the power of some spilled water. Now we can flip Stone Tower. All right, baby. It's high time we beat a single goddamn dungeon. A moving dungeon like this is so cool in theory. I'd love a more traditional Zelda dungeon with the rotating properties of Breath of the Wild's Divine Beasts. Imagine how awesome Stone Tower could be in a ground-up remake. Ground up? 'Cause we done did flip the tower. A lot of people don't know you can damage Igor by having him ground pound a bomb. It's way faster than light arrows. Without glitches, you have to revert Stone Tower to grab a stray fairy, so we'll be right back. Here's a trick, and you can use this at home. Play Elegy of Emptiness on this first block, jump onto it directly, and play Elegy again. This moves the statue off of the block, sending it back to the other side with you on board. Just try to call this a glitch. I dare you. We might be swinging around a dinky Kokiri sword, but that's not an issue anymore. We got the Great Fairy Sword, baby! Oh yeah, I feel ready to beat my first dungeon. Just in time too, cause Gomez doesn't mess around. The roll invincibility parry works here too, but you also have enough time to just get a jump slash in without blocking in any way. It's a really narrow window, but it makes it all the more satisfying to hit. Too bad we can't use the Great Fairy Sword on Twin Mold, right? Wrong. Ever seen that before? You have. Liar. And that's our first dungeon. We did it, gang! 1 down, 3 to go. Hopefully they get a bit easier from here. Am I right? Clearing out the rest of Ikana is a breeze. Secret Shrine has you refight every mini-boss, but they're nothing compared to my Great Fairy Sword. Haha! Another one bites the dust. Like I said, nothing too troublesome. We're about done here. Hello? Wizrobe? Buddy? You good? I'm getting stalled by Wizrobe in bracket. That's a joke for my Melee fans. I have to warp away. There's no other option. Alright. We good? We good. This is actually my first time fighting Wart on this file. Kind of funny you can break the order this much without any glitches. Time for Garo Master. Oh. Turns out you need 16 hearts to enter the final room of Secret Shrine. Let's see, there's 4 heart pieces on the moon, 3 dungeons remaining. I should be able to hit 16 hearts without beating another boss. Let's shake things up with a bit of a snappy montage. Hey, so I I did the math, and this isn't possible. There are 4 heart pieces locked behind clearing other dungeons, and 1 heart piece at the end of Secret Shrine. The absolute maximum I can get without progressing is 14 hearts and 3 pieces. I really should have been able to crunch those numbers before I spent 3 hours grinding side quests, but we can't undo the montage. The editor already spent all the money. It's me. I'm the editor. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but head to Great Bay. We got New Wave Bossa Nova hours ago, so we're free to knock out that dungeon whenever. You guys want to see a cool, glitchless way to get this turnkey before ice arrows? Come on. That was slower than playing normally. Oh, and to the brigade of actuallys who commented that I can't beat Great Bay without fire arrows because of the ice in front of Gecko's room, there's a glitchless strat for that. You think you're so smart, huh? Commenting in the middle of a video when you don't have all the facts. Go back and delete that comment before you get hit by the only thing worse than an actually. A commenter righteously correcting an actually. Wart? From Secret Shrine? I can't believe they're reusing mini-bosses. Great Fairy Sword can kill Wart in 2 hits with some good spacing. It's pretty tricky to target the jump slash, but we make do. Surely this room requires fire arrows, right? You have to melt and freeze the water pillars for these seesaw puzzles. Nope. Zora Link can just jump between them without the water mechanic at all. It's just not that big a deal. And that's Great Bay. Shame they reused Wart from Secret Shrine, but at least the boss is original. Wait a minute. That's Gjorg from Majora's Mask 3D. Oh, now this is just shameless. Now I can play this torch game for my next heart container. Fun fact, if you slash your sword repeatedly at this ledge, Link won't fall off. But when the pillar's torch lights up, you'll get a ton of points at once. Pretty silly stuff, game. I don't know if this is considered a glitch. I didn't check. With that, I have 16 hearts. Time to beat Secret Shrine. I beat Secret Shrine. There's nothing funny to do before Snowhead though, so let's just knock that out of the way now. The dungeon's much faster with fire arrows and hookshot though. Took me about 12 minutes glitchless. I should be a speedrunner. It's really fast to kill Goat with arrows. You want to count your shots though and fire the last one right before he charges you, because his death animation runs a quarter cycle around the arena. If you do it right, he dies at your feet. I ran to the Goron racetrack, used a powder keg I brought from home, and won the gold dust. I can use that to upgrade my sword. Finally, I'm not stuck with the Kokiri shiv. Oh yeah, the gilded sword. How I've missed you. Reverse boss order's fun, but it's the little things. Do you even need to be told where we're going next? Woodfall's easy with the full set of equipment. There's so many things to hookshot, fire arrows trivialize the main room, it's great. You really can leave the second you get the bow and come back at the end. You don't even need any of the other tricks I've used today. Just makes you think, you know? I love when a game has options. Time for the final standard boss of this game though. It's the 4th dungeon. Surely this must be the toughest fight yet. That's pathetic. Seriously? The final dungeon's boss dies in 2 hits? What were they thinking? Okay, we have 1 piece of heart remaining. This one's a bit tricky though. I don't think I can do it on my own. We're gonna need a crew. Let me make some calls. Thank you for coming here today. A 1, 2, 3, 4. I love it when a plan comes together. That's 19 hearts. Now come on, let's scram before they get wise and realize I'm a kid wearing their leader's head. And that's pretty much it. You know I had to do the moon trials in reverse order, but yeah. Majora's Mask is a pretty open-ended game if you're willing to push it a little. I've always known that, but I didn't know you could do reverse boss order without breaking the glitchless rule set. Majora's Mask speedrunners, when's glitchless reverse boss order? Make the category extension. In all seriousness, I want to thank you all so much for watching. What would you like to see next? There are a ton of non-linear Zelda games to choose from. A Wind Waker? I guess it is next. Yeah, listen. Oh, we're gonna need some glitches.